built. One company does it right. Novitec exhausts to make everyone's brightest of cars sound amazing. Body kits making manufacture look puny next to one another, sitting plush with a wide variety of wheel designs, from HRE wheels to some custom wheels by Vossen. Let's go race. We're gonna run through all of them right now, so let's get with that. Start here with the most beautiful car here they have in the entire showroom. A McLaren 720S N Lago edition, but this has been pumped up with the 4-liter twin turbo V8 making over 800 horsepower. And you can see the wide body kit on this car. It looks absolutely insane. This car is as quick as the 720S and the 765 LT, with the levers on the sides, on the wing right there, and you can see how mean it looks. This kind of just reminds me of the new 750S, which you can get with a body colored insert right there or carbon fiber, but this car looks absolutely immense. Next to that is an Aventador S. So the Aventador S range is one of my favorite cars from Lamborghini. The S with the rear wheel steering, which you can get on the SV and the SVJ, is absolutely impeccable. So the 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 makes 750 horsepower driving all four wheels, so LP6 750-4. Next to it is a Mansory kit a Luma kit Mercedes AMG GLE 63S. So you can see how wide this car looks from the standard GLA, and you can see that the extensions here are kind of protruding because this is the original bumper, and look at how wide it is. So they've tweaked this engine a bit, the 5.5 liter twin turbo V8, which sounds absolutely amazing with the 7-speed multi-clutch gearbox. Next to this is a Lamborghini Urus with a Novitec body kit and an exhaust. This car also looks great, and I think these cars should be built like this from factory. Lamborghini should have done this from the beginning, which you can get an urban kit, a Luma kit, and a Mansory kit on these cars, which make it look absolutely amazing. Next to it is another car Range Rover should have done from the get-go, a Luma CLR RS, the 5-liter supercharged V8 version. So also wide body kit and a tweaked exhaust for this car. You can also get a power upgrade for these cars, but this one currently doesn't have one. Next to it, an Audi RS Q8. So you can see we have a row of widened SUVs. So this car, what they added is a larger spoiler splitter right there, and it ties the car all together, as well as these fake vents right here, but it widens the car. You can see that also at the back there. So same engine in the Urus, 4-liter twin turbo V8, standard in this 600 horsepower, in the Urus 640. Next to it is Web 8 Italia, but with some Novitec tweaks over here. So in the standard black color, which is narrow, and some matte roof over here, tying all of this together, as well as for the opening to see the engine, that 4.5 liter naturally aspirated V8. This car sounds absolutely amazing. This will go down as one of the best selling cars, as well as you can get that with a Novitec exhaust. So next to this over here is an SF90 by Novitec. So there's a Fiorano pack with some carbon fiber tweaks from Race here. This is the Stradale. So you can see in the standard red color you can get with these cars, which makes it look absolutely insane. And you can see there's a different kind of red over here. This is more darker and more pearlescent, and this is very glossy but satin. It has no spark in it. So they optioned it out with some body colored pieces over here instead of the carbon fiber you can get with this car. This used to be one of the fastest cars for like a year. When it came out, it was the fastest accelerating car of that time. Next to it is the very famous Lamborghini Aventador S with a Liberty Walk Evo GT1 kit, imported all the way from Japan. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong with that, but this car looks absolutely insane. Many people have done reviews of this. We've seen it rolling. We've heard what the Aventador sounds like already, and with this upgraded exhaust over here. So the trick, what they did here on the normal Aventador is the exhaust is in the middle. So they had to engineer a custom exhaust for this car, which looks like the SV exhaust tips from the car. So in front of that is a Porsche 718 GTS. This car has been fitted with a tech-hard kit, so you can see some air vents here, the darkened badge, some more aggressive splitters, and some incredible wheels and calipers right there in pink. Not my favorite model in the Porsche lineup, but because of this tech-hard kit, it looks absolutely amazing. Next to it is a Ferrari 812 Superfast. This car is gonna go down as one of my favorite Ferraris ever, with the 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 over here, driving the rear wheels with those amazing looking rims over there. And this has been optioned out with carbon fiber packs, but not the split, the two-tone color you can get with the black roof of this. I love this car so much, and we're gonna need to hear what this car sounds like once it gets an overtake exhaust done to it. Next to it is a Taycan Turbo S, the 992 generation. We've seen and heard what the standard Turbo S sounds like. This car is not fully done. It's still gonna need some bigger and aggressive splitters over there. It already has the wheel from HRE, which looked absolutely amazing in this satin gold finish. With the spoiler up, you can just see, let me step back a bit. You can see how wide it is right now compared to this 720N logo right there. Next to it is an M4 with the DTM competition pack. So you can see standard BMW colors all over the car, the livery, with a carbon fiber roof and a carbon fiber wing, including a carbon fiber diffuser and titanium exhausts right there, which makes the car very amazing. So you can see it has been lowered a bit from the standard M4 competition, and it has the optional gold calipers and some matte finishes on the wheel over there, including some DTM stuff, a standard roll cage, and Alcantara everywhere. This car looks absolutely insane, especially in white way. The livery really works with this car. Let's move over to a row of Porsche Taycan cars right here. Then we have a 992 Turbo S Taycan with a matte finish, every single carbon fiber option you can get on this car, and a huge wing. So this wing, just like the GT Black Series, the center part elevates too. And look at how wide this thing is. It's wider than the standard Turbo is, and also the wheel has been widened too, with some nut locks over there and some carbon fiber aero kits there. This car, just like that, we'll go to that one for a moment where you could see all the changes that have been done to this. So let's come to this car over here, where you can see where the carbon fiber parts have been added. The front bonnet over here, the splitter and the aero kit on the standard Turbo S has been also deployed. We have some carbon fiber detail front air vents there, canards, a whole fender in carbon fiber, extending it quite a bit from the standard car, as well as some louvers on the fenders right there, including the same satin gold wheels you found on that Taycan there. It looks absolutely insane, especially with this carbon fiber wing, which has been accentuated for this 991.2 car. See, the difference from the 991.2 car and the 992 is that the exhausts have been changed. So this car got center exhaust, double dual center exhausts, while this has some dual exhaust, and they both sound exactly the same, but with some minor changes in terms of the mapping and the throttle for those exhausts. The 991.2 or 991.1 generation of the GT3 RS. So we've seen, we've heard, and we have just evaluated how wide the 992 911 is. The GT3 takes it a bit further in this generation, as well as the GT3. But this car, the 991.1, GT3 RS is a bit different, more classic than the 992.2 car. Next to it, a 911 first generation GT3 RS. So we've seen what the 992 GT3 RS looks like and how huge that wing is compared to what this car looks like. But this car is very classic. It's gonna go down as the best looking. Okay, I might be lying, but the CGT is the best looking, but this car comes really close to it. So you can see exactly like the Tech-Out cars, you have some bruises, but those finished in a matte finish instead of the carbon fiber options you can get on this. We don't know what's going to happen with this. They might put a Novitec kit on it or an exhaust, but we'll be hearing from them very soon. Let's come through to the Ferrari range over here, the two red Ferraris. So here the F8 Spider looks absolutely insane, especially the fact that it looks exactly like the SF90 in terms of the color. This being a Spider means that you have an open roof and you can hear the 3.8 liter twin turbo V8 here in the back. And this car recently has just finished getting its Novitec kit on it, so it just had an exhaust done to it, and I think it has been lowered a bit so it can look a bit meaner. Some cool things you can find is a carbon fiber air kit here to divert the air under the wheel so you can cool that wheel when doing some silly stuff, as well as some air vents here, standard supercar things. Then over here an F12, so its predecessor, actually its successor, is the A12 over there. So standard recipe, a huge V12 engine in the front, rear wheel drive, dual clutch. This car is a super GT. I love this car so much. In the era where V12 were thriving with the Vanquish S, the Aston Martin Vanquish S with its 5.9 litre naturally aspirated V12. But this was the fastest one, pushing 730 horsepower to those rear wheels. You can see how wide this car is, especially here in the rear wheel side. You can just see how much the wheel has been unsaturated for this car, but it looks absolutely insane. Next to it, right, okay, in front of it is a Lamborghini LP6 750-4, the S. Also, but I wouldn't pick it in this dark color. I'd have it in that giallo over there. But this is really cool. Also, it's a Lamborghini Aventador with every single carbon fiber option you can get. Carbon fiber there, matte on the bonnet over there, and of course it's a Lamborghini. Why not? Standard 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12, 750 horsepower all-wheel drive, single clutch stupid gearbox, and I love this car so much. Doesn't sound as good as a Mercy SV, and it also doesn't have a gated manual, but it's an Aventador. It sounds absolutely insane. I just realized it has been specced with some red interior over there. Next to it is a Race 280 SL automatic. So this car with the cream interior and the hard top over there looks absolutely insane. This and the 300 SL are by far the most classic Mercedes cars you can get. So let's quickly kick to our cinematic video over here, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.